In this video, we're going to cover every single Pokemon Winds and Waves leak that you need to know. So recently, we have just had a crazy amount of new leaks. Legitimately, almost too many Winds and Waves leaks and rumors at this moment. A lot of which are being confirmed by multiple sources, which really does give these some credibility. And on top of that, we even have some other brand new leaks and information to cover. So today's video is a packed one. You are not going to want to miss this one. Let me know how you guys are feeling about all of these crazy leaks. And right before we do hop into it, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications if you don't mind. Help reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers. Any support goes such a long way. All right, grab a snack. Let's hop right into it. Pori Leaks here posting another leak tracker. We haven't had a leak tracker in a while. Basically up here just explaining where the original source is from, saying that a lot of these things are adding up enough that it's worth paying attention to because it doesn't really sound all that crazy. Also making the claim that, of course, before the game comes out, anything could change. So the alleged final starter types are Grass and Ground, Fire Fairy, and Water Psychic. In my opinion, I think that's going to become true. First of all, these are just the rumors we've heard for months now. And bro, like a Fire Fairy Pombon evolution would be nuts. Guys, let me know, what do you want the starters of these Pokemon to be? The alleged current build of the Dex has 531 slots, which 307 of them are new placeholders, while regional forms are included in that 307 number. Gimmick forms and alt forms are most likely not. So of course, think of, Mega Evolution in comparison to the new Battle Evolution gimmick. That would not be an additional number. So this would be basically like new Pokemon, regional variants. And by alternate forms, I do believe, think of like Alcremie, where there's just like a stupid amount of them. Some people have been like, yo, what about that seed Pokemon in the different forms? It seems like that is not part of this number. The seed Pokemon is still a Mon, but it's, its own weird, unique scenario there. The alleged Poison Dragon Pokemon is a regional Salandit evolution. Now, this one is a huge debate. I kind of prefer it to be a brand new Pokemon, like a brand new Komodo Dragon line or pseudo legendary, whatever. If this is a Salandit evolution, it could be the male Salandit evolution because the female Salandit evolution is Salazzle, and that's exclusively to the female evolution. So that's the explanation why people think this is a Salandit evolution. Let me know what you prefer though. Would you rather have a new evolution or just it being a brand new Pokemon, evolution line of a Komodo Dragon? Allegedly, Surge's son will be in the Victory Road Tour, and apparently tours now instead of paths. The evil CEO's son will be in the Najin Netsu gimmick tour, and the female, presumably the sick girl ball guy mentioned, Rival, will be in the Legend Tour. And allegedly, Surge's son has his dad's Raichu. I've been saying this for a couple videos now. My thoughts originally were that he'd probably still have some sort of Raichu, but not his dad's Raichu. But that would actually be pretty sick if that was literally Lieutenant Surge's Raichu. I mean, shoot, I still want a Gorochu in this game. I think Gorochu would be peak. Apparently, Generation 11's region has been decided. It's not Greece, Australia, or the United States West Coast. Something related to Houndoom or Alphas are in the game. I think it's probably referring to Alphas. I think Alphas are here to stay. I think they do add, some interesting gameplay mechanics and just something to do. I feel like Alphas were a good addition to the Pokemon games, so I feel like they will be in this game. Seed is called Konetsu. Voice acting was not in the leaker's build, but he also confirms that it was worked on at some point. Voice acting is a huge debate. Now, do you guys want voice acting or not? Because I low-key actually do. And I'm surprised that I'm even saying that because I don't think it's necessary, but I think it'd be a pretty cool feature to have in a Pokemon game. We have had some other people saying that they are 100% doing voice acting. Maybe they scrapped it because apparently this person did say that it was worked on, but it's not going to be in the final game, or at least it's not in their build, so I don't know. And like I said, guys, we have a lot to talk about, so this is kind of just the surface. A lot of this stuff is kind of stuff we've heard, but once again, this is just a video talking about everything you need to know, like catching every bit up to speed, plus we got some new stuff. We have more information about the current status of the game, so I have more time to avoid a Scarlet and Violet like launch, which makes sense. Design and construction teams have apparently moved on to the DLC, which the codename is Zeus. Engineering team is working on Winds and Waves to try to fix any problems. With the Quality Assurance Studios, the game is currently going through significantly more time to playtest and debug. LAN co-op is pretty laggy. Online play is basically non-functional at this moment. High mob density still leads to terrible frame rate. Oh no. That's not good. Textures apparently have improved, but the draw distance is intentionally pared down from the trailers due to the above issue. Online play is going through some problems, especially since it's the largest tech innovation in the game. MMO features are going to be in the game, and besides battle challenges, there are more mini-games. Mini-games, awesome. I love that because Scarlet and Violet did have a couple little mini-games. So I think adding more stuff like that and MMO features, yeah, I'm definitely down for that in this Pokemon game because they are still doing a whole entire unique, Pokemon MMO game. Winds and Waves is aiming to run at 60 FPS, but the final decision has not been made and won't be made until next year. I think that is concerning. I think it needs to run at 60 FPS, especially since they were able to boost up, ZA and Scarlet and Violet on the Switch too. This is not going to be a 60 FPS game. That's crazy. Unless maybe they could get a super consistent 30 FPS. But man, playing ZA and Scarlet and Violet with higher FPS definitely was a game changer. Like, it was a lot nicer. A lot of other information about the new Battle Evolution gimmick and some of the new Pokemon as well. So I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as I can just because I know this is a lot. Let me know if you guys like these videos or just like chock full of information. Apparently the new gimmick will actually change the form of the Pokemon. I'm down for that. Majin and Netsu are the same thing. It's not like the D-Max, G-Max situation. They are different names for the same thing, which is interesting to remember that they're using two different terms for the same thing. Netsu is around Konetsu, the seed Pokemon, but it is also involved with the box legendaries to the point where they could have some Netsu forms. All Pokemon can use Netsu, but have some unique forms. That's also a very important thing to remember right there, that apparently all Pokemon can use Netsu, but only probably, I don't know, I would assume 40 to 50 would actually have unique forms on top of that, and I'm sure there'd be something else to benefit from that. The leaker claims that their build has been missing new names in the Pokemon models, that it is a test build. New Pokemon types are still accessible in the build though. Allegedly, some Pokemon with these special forms are Arcanine, Lucario, Kecleon, Pikachu, and 7 new Pokemon that will actually be introduced in the brand new Pokédex. Trainers use the gimmick Netsu all throughout the game, unlike how a small number of people used Mega Evolutions in X and Y. Region and the major named characters are redacted in what the leaker has access to. For example, the champion's name just shows up as champion. The current build that the leaker has, talking about, the number of the Pokédex, which we already covered, there is apparently a new 3-stage evolution line for an Ice Psychic type that's going to be like a regional Psyduck with 2 evolutions. So it's not going to be the regular Psyduck and Golduck. Apparently it's going to be a completely new regional Psyduck, which I guess would entail a regional Golduck and then some sort of 3rd evolution on top of that. My jaw is going to drop to the floor if that's true, because I think that'd be peak. Some types of weather in this game act as barriers while exploring, which can get removed in the Legends Tour, where you empower Konetsu after each victory and clear more obstacles. Winds and Waves will have side quests of some kind. Winds and Waves seemingly won't have any new Grass and Steel Pokemon. And we do actually have a nice theory that I do think is going to be true. Basically, it's saying that the seed Pokemon may not be a regular Pokemon like part of our team, but it will be similar to Cordon and Meridon. And low-key, I was thinking the same exact thing, that it's still going to be a Pokemon that can accompany us through the entire playthrough, but it won't just be taking up a slot on our team. So we can still have a team of 6 other Pokemon, but this new seed Pokemon will just be able to randomly spawn in, I guess, whenever we want it to, just like Cordon and Meridon. This would also align up with other rumored details claiming that the seed Pokemon grows stronger as you clear more obstacles during the Legend Tour, gradually unlocking new abilities before it becomes fully usable. So maybe eventually it could be taking up a slot on our team, maybe when we get it to like a certain level or something like that. But this Pokemon, dude, seems crazy. It still is a little confusing, but what we do know is it's basically going to be a completely unique Pokemon that's going to, I guess, adapt to your playthrough specifically. So my seed Pokemon will look different from yours. More information from Central League saying viability, it's described as a MMO light. So apparently there will be communication features. I like that a lot. I think having like that sense of community in a game is awesome, and now having it in Generation 10 would be amazing. I think that'll really push the game forward and really push people to play it even more and put more time and hours into it. Easily trade with people, battle people. It'd be really sick to have some sort of like in-game ranking system, kind of like how ZA does, but just pushed a little bit forward, kind of just more enhanced, a little bit better, if that makes sense. It will follow the same structure to Scarlet and Violet, having 3 main stories. The idea for the generation is the most personable yet. Remember all new Pokemon, to know them, to feel closer to them, even if the scope of the game already got reduced a lot since the initial pitch, but it's still a very ambitious game. And the information down here we already covered in today's video. So as we know, they were very ambitious. Like, there was supposed to be a lot more in this game. They have definitely scrapped a lot, but it still seems like nonetheless this game will be even bigger than Scarlet and Violet, literally and figuratively. Like, literally the map is going to be bigger, but just with all the features and of course the Pokédex, like, this genuinely is going to be a massive game that they are really seemingly putting a lot of effort into. Let me know how you are feeling about this, guys, and stay tuned for some upcoming videos, because there are more things to even talk about, but I feel like I don't want to make this video, way too long. So I'm going to wrap this one up here, and we're going to cover some more of the other leagues within the next couple of days here. Let me know what you guys think about this. Like I said earlier, this is kind of like a big recap video where we're covering pretty much everything that has happened recently, plus additional stuff, because we did have some new things in here that I've never seen before. So if you guys are real and watching this far in the video, comment down below, Yoshi. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.